back to the first Friday here at Keep Indiana Learning. It is March 4th. It is my favorite date because it is also a declarative sentence. We will March 4th into springtime, March 4th into awesome new birth and rebirth of all the things. I love it. I even saw some little snowbells coming out of the ground today on my way to work. So the spring is here. I'm Lena Darnay. I am a professional learning specialist here at Keep Indiana Learning, and I'm joined today by two of my colleagues.
Hi, I'm Marty Hoofer. I am the Keep Indiana Learning Content Manager. And I am joined also with our neighbor and friend.
I'm Courtney Flessner, a professional learning specialist at Keep Indiana Learning.
Today, we have a jam-packed First Friday lineup of awesome stuff. First reminder of First Friday is that the first place that you should go when you need to know what's happening at Keep Indiana Learning is to hit our website, keepindianalearning.org, and hit that professional learning button, because the top option is our upcoming events calendar, and it is so good. It's got a facelift. If you haven't seen it lately, go check it out. It gives you a week at a glance of all of our upcoming events, live, on demand, releases, some good fun things that are free, a few fun things that might be paid, but it's all there. Week at a glance, and then the month at a glance, and you can click and register right from there. But also, have you seen the new engagement center? It is all of our free on-demand and live events. It is super cool. It's more like Netflix for professional learning than anything else I've ever seen. You just, on our homepage, there is a button that says new engagement center live and free events. There's something big. It's green. It's a big splashy button. Click the button and go check out our engagement center there. Super fast and easy. The only thing you need is an email address to be able to pop in there and get access to all that content. And that's just so we can send you PGP points and make sure you have an easy way to save your favorites to your My List. So highly recommend checking out the new facelift on the website. Marty, anything else I forgot to mention on our new homepage?
Not on our new homepage, but if you want this information in a more traditional approach, we will email it to you every Thursday at approximately 10:30 a.m. Sign up for our weekly email, and we put all of this in there. So you can get it from the calendar, you can get the information from the upcoming free live events in the engagement center, or you can get an email on Thursday mornings. All good stuff right where you need it.
Yeah, there's a button that says connect with us on the homepage. That's where you sign up for the newsletter. We promise we're only going to send you that newsletter content. We're not going to spam you with a ton of emails, but the emails we do send are so good. You're going to want them. They're well worth it. And then we've got some highlighting to do of some really cool upcoming program series, live stream. So we're going to hop right into one of the big initiatives this spring. Miss Courtney Flessner, would you please share with us all about your new Transforming Literacy series?
Yes, I would love to. So, in the past year or so, there's been a lot of conversation, a lot of dialogue, a lot of debate about the science of reading. And at the beginning of this school year, Keep Indiana Learning put together a group of just reading and literacy experts from across the state to really think about what is the science of reading, what does it mean, what does it mean for our children, what does it mean for our schools, and what do our teachers need? And our number one goal with this Transforming Literacy initiative is to help everybody understand that the science of reading, it's a framework. It does not mean you need to throw out everything that you've been doing and start fresh. In fact, please don't do that, because you've worked way too hard to learn the things that you've learned. But it would be worth your time to find out some actual facts about what the science of reading is. And I'm going to put a little bit of emphasis on actual facts, because I've spent some time on the social media sites about science of reading, and it's not all facts. You're not seeing all completely accurate information. So the Indiana Department of Education has a Science of Reading initiative out. The focus is on early literacy, but I'm also hearing a lot about, oh, no, we're doing it through 6th grade. We're doing it for our high ability students. We're doing it for our English language learners. And we really, really need to make sure that we're fully informed. So our Transforming Literacy initiative this spring is to try to create spaces where you can learn and become really fully informed. And we've got Ben Bosch coming in to do sort of a Science of Reading 101. He'll be able to present to you just straight up facts, all the things that you need to know, and how you can think about, what does this look like with what you're already doing? We have Brad Ferris and Marcia Gibson coming from Hamilton Southeastern Schools. They are data analysis people, so they will be helping you really think about how are we learning about our students so that we can decide what we need to do next for them. Again, not throwing out everything we've ever known, but maybe adding to it where that is necessary. Selena Larkey is going to be doing 3 different sessions on using what we know about balanced literacy, using what we know about reading workshop. She worked for Teachers College Reading and Writing Project, which a lot of people have been trained in. A lot of districts have adopted that work. And again, don't need to throw it out, but there might be stuff you need to add to it and think about along with it. Selena is really going to be able to talk you through that. And then Jenny Burney and Christy Spears-Newmeister are going to talk about our high ability students. And what does this all mean for our high ability students? Because when I hear about 3rd grade high ability classes doing things like A says I get a little alarmed. So we want to make sure that we are doing everything we can for all of our students. This will all come together on June 9th, where we're going to have a Reading Institute Day. We have Nell Duke coming as a keynote speaker. She's a leading literacy person for us. She is a professor at the University of Michigan, and her writing, her work, her thinking, her role in literacy wars has been something that we've been reading really closely. We've been reading a lot, but what we found is that Nell Duke is really thinking about embracing all of the work and not just some of the work. And so she is coming in to be our keynote. I'm very, very excited about that. We also have Wiley Blevins coming. He is an author of several phonics books. He'll be able to talk about making sure that you are infusing that phonics piece into your instruction. And Kelly Williams, who is a professor of special education at Indiana University and is on our Science of Reading guiding team. She'll be coming in specifically talking about dyslexia and what our students who have been identified as needing extra supports need and can use, and how you can include that in your everyday classroom and not just solely rely on special education supports. So those are just 3 people that are going to be there on June 9th. We're putting together a panel of literacy administrators, principals, teachers, coaches from around the state to talk about how they've been implementing our high ability. Presenters are coming back. Selena's coming back. It's going to be a solid day. So I really, really encourage you to sign up for the free on-demands this spring. You're going to get a lot of information from what everybody is offering. We are charging, I believe it's $100 for the June 9th summit. That's like a serious bargain considering what you are going to be getting for that. So check out our site. If you go to the Keep Indiana Learning website, there's a button at the top that says Science of Reading. You can get more information on this. And when the on-demands go up, they'll be right there for you. And if you have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to any of us.
Thanks, Courtney. This really sounds fascinating. And I love the approach that it's not just lockstep with everything that's coming out, but it really is examining the research, the feedback, the practitioner work, and looking at like, how do we really make meaningful change to transform literacy instruction for all of our readers and learners?
Yeah. And the best professional development is the professional development that allows teachers to be the thinkers and teachers to be like, okay, what resources do I have in place already? How does this add to what I'm doing? How can I enhance what I'm doing? How can I do what I'm doing and make it better? You stopping everything and starting all over, it won't last. It won't work. It won't, highly impact your students. So, looking at this science of reading conversation through this lens will really be a benefit to you and your students.
I love it. Thank you, Courtney. I know you have to
Yeah.
head out to a school, so if you
I
need
do.
to hop off, we'll see you soon. Have a good
Okay,
weekend.
great. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Courtney.
All right, well, let me share a little bit of some of the fun things that are coming up in the live stream world. Now, I love doing these types of live streams. I feel like the avenue for reaching multiple people on multiple platforms is so great. So our in-learning partnership event of the month is March 10th, next Thursday, and it's all focused on that portrait of a graduate, gearing up for junior and senior year. We have guests coming from the Indiana Department of Education. Jason Callahan's going to talk about that. Indiana GPS, that's huge. Dr. Andy Mellon, the executive director of CIESC, the parent company, parent organization of Keep Indiana Learning, is going to be talking about the portrait of a graduate, developing that well-rounded, full-fledged piece of every student's experience. We've got ICC 101 with Terry Lambert, Crossing the Finish Line with Dr. Rebecca Rochelte, Student and Family Engagement with Michelle Clark, and then we'll have a full panel experience. So each of those first sessions is just 20 minutes, power-packed, easy to watch, easy to share, easy to rewatch if you need to. Then that longer panel conversation will be where they unpack a lot of their ideas together and start to draw those connections as to how all of this goes in to paint that full portrait of a graduate. The panel session is about 45 minutes long, so plan for that one to be a little bit longer, deeper dive, but also shareable, instantly retweetable. This is going to be great. That's going to be on the 5-star YouTube channel. If you follow hashtag InLearningPartner or the @InLearningLab Twitter account, it'll also go live with those pieces. So look around for us. We're there. We'll always be available too afterwards. And guess what? Surprise! It's Keep Indiana Learning's birthday. We are 2 years old. Can you believe it, Marty?
No, Lena, we should have had hats for today. We missed an opportunity to wear a hat.
I know, we should have had confetti and surprises. Yes. We actually do have a lot of good surprises coming for the Keep Indiana Learning birthday month. So Keep Indiana Learning was born on March 16th, 2020, 3 days after that Friday the 13th, where everything went virtual. We started a Facebook group to help support teachers as they were doing that pandemic panic implementation of digital learning. And since then, we have grown so much. And we want to celebrate the unexpected learning and the growth and surprises that we have had over the last 2 years by giving away prizes.
Fun prizes. Yummy prizes.
Well, tell us how you can enter to win these prizes.
Well, I think we're going to do a variety of things this month, but what we're doing right now is if you will share your favorite Keep Indiana Learning resource and tag us and use our hashtags that you see there, KINL turns 2 and too good to miss, that will automatically enter you to win. So we just want to see what you've loved about Keep Indiana Learning, and then we'll do some drawings out of all the people that share their favorite resource, a blog, a podcast, an on-demand, a live stream, so many options of resources we have that folks can share and learn and spread that learning. So we'll be drawing for that next Thursday.
Ooh, that's so exciting. I love that. And we're going to keep the celebrations rolling on our actual birthday, March 16th, 2022. We are going to have a live stream event featuring practitioners from all around the state sharing 2 years of unexpected learning that have really been like a surprise.
Yeah.
I love the topics of our sessions coming up on March 16th. Virtual field trips, how we've really started to explore our world in such a connected way. Unexpected connections with families, how we've broken down a lot of those time barriers by doing virtual family nights and virtual back to school nights. I love that. I just did one of those with my son, a virtual parent teacher conference where he led me through a digital portfolio of his work. It was wonderful. We did it at home. I didn't have to get out of my pajamas. It was great.
Exactly.
And then Nadine Gilkison is going to share about unexpected ways she's been using screencasts to connect with her families and students. The Indiana Youth Institute is going to share how they are finding new avenues to champion kids and youth workers. We're going to have Allison from up in South Bend schools talking about stop, collaborate, and listen, all the new ways the kids have been connecting with each other through the pandemic. And then we'll wrap up with Christy Berger from Center Grove talking about true understanding of what wellness means. So not just fake self-care, but true wellness through these 2 years. So make sure you tune in. This will be on our YouTube channel, our Twitter channel, and our Facebook page. Follow us at Keep Eye in Learning. Our hashtags are there. This is going to be one to really celebrate. And I promise I'll have a hat and some party gear.
Confetti.
Confetti.
Fun stuff. Oh, and this month is just, it's a good thing there's 31 days in this month because we have so much going on. We need those days. We have some great on-demands. I just picked a couple, and I say a couple, this is 6 right here. Duke Lyons, an assistant principal in Whiteland, is doing a 4-part series designed around critical thinking and preparing our high school students for taking the SAT, but more than that, just being critical thinkers and consumers of information and users of information. So his 4-part series will go live this month. And as Courtney already alluded to, Marcia Gibson and Brad Ferris will go live the second week of March with their using data to tell the story of early literacy and what they're learning there in their Hamilton Southeastern schools. Marcia's classroom, Brad's data knowledge, they put those together and are going to share. It's going to be like a Q&A type session in this on demand. That'll be a 2-part series that I'm really looking forward to. Then our Counselor Connect group, and I was a slide ahead of myself. This is not Counselor Connect. That's the next slide. These are 2 events coming up here in March. On the left there, you see Angelina Williams, her preschool series. That is going to start on Wednesday, March 9th. And then the next part will be Wednesday, March 23rd. And then the last one actually will roll into April. Those are at 6 o'clock for our preschool teachers who often work until 6. So those will be at 6 o'clock. I'm super excited, honestly, about all of them. The idea of being reflective to be proactive, I think that's something that we can all learn from. But then she's going to dig into the standards of professionalism for early childhood educators in her second one here in March. And then on March 16th, kind of a big day around here, on March 16th is our next meeting of the Indiana Special Needs Educators Collaborative Support Network. And that's a Zoom session that you can register for. You see the bit.ly there, and just a group of powerhouse educators that get together to support each other once a month, share what they're learning. And that grew organically, and it's becoming quite a group of thought partners, which is really exciting to see every month. So we have those. And now, and I'm still not to Counselor Connect. I really thought it was next. Our ESC partners are doing some things this month that I wanted to make sure we highlighted. Dr. Michelle Grew is doing some work with iLearn, both focused toward administrators and focused toward teachers. That's on the 15th and 16th. Those are 3-hour sessions on Zoom that are still open for registration. And then a lunch and learn with Darlene Kennedy. Her last one had such a great turnout, and people wanted to know more. That she has built 2 more sessions. One will be in April. This one you see in March is all about Gmail and how to make sure you're using it the most powerfully way possible and the most useful way possible. So based on what the last session was like, I have no doubt that will be a great session on the 22nd. Hey, looky what's here. Now we have Counselor Connect. Counselor Connect and STEM Synergy are both active this month as well. On the left, you see the Culturally Responsive SEL series. That has been a 4-part series. So this is parts 3 and 4. Even if you haven't gone to 1 and 2, you can still learn from 3 and 4. They've been great sessions that stand alone. They also work together. Looking at culturally responsive modifications on the 16th. How many more things could we put on March 16th? And then the STEM Synergy event, Amanda McCammon's monthly event is at the end of the month on the 29th, and it fits nicely with the portrait of a graduate live stream, looking at college and career readiness and employability skills and how those overlap with STEM. Let's work smarter, not harder, not just STEM and not just college and career readiness. Let's put these things together and help students gain those employability skills that they need. So her session is on the 29th, so they're at the end of the month. So there you go. I finally got to Counselor Connect and STEM Synergy. It just took me a minute.
No, you know what's so amazing is that except for the Reading Summit, which is a significant discount, that June 9th Reading Summit that Courtney talked about, which is $100 per person, which is really like a lineup that would be hundreds of dollars in any other place. All of this is free, and it's all easily shareable, easily accessible. KeepIndianaLearning.org. Please follow us at KeepInLearning on Twitter. We send out so many great resources. We provide access to this content for free because we know that it is an essential need of the transformative nature of teaching and learning. And we want to put Indiana educators in a place to feel supported and rewarded for their time and talent. So if you are looking to perhaps be a contributor to Keep Indiana Learning, that's also on our homepage. Right at the top, Marty will take care of you through the whole pathway for production, from idea shaping to submission to production and then to promotion, because this is what it's all about, putting practitioners in a place to shine. And thank you for joining us today on our March 4th, First Friday. Let's all March 4th into the month. Have a great one. Thanks, Marty.
Have a great one.